These are the most beautiful moments you'll ever see. And we gotta start with Mercedes, cause this team made a fan's dream come true. Now, giving an awesome day was already cool enough. But little did she know, Mercedes did a good one there. That's beautiful. But so was this. I feel this is how racing should always be. When these two legends battled all year long, we knew it would be a tough fight. But even though Hamilton won that year's championship, it was actually Sebastian Vettel who won everyone's hearts. Now that's sportsmanship. Later, you'll see how this driver created the most beautiful moment ever. But you gotta see this first. When this driver collided, his car ended up in a weird position. Things could have become much more serious, but it didn't, because just a few seconds later, this happened. The other driver immediately came to the rescue. Respect. But respect is something that's earned, not given. And Fernando Alonso can attest to that. Especially since this driver went through a deeply emotional race. Alonso was competing in his home Grand Prix, so things couldn't have been any more important. But he was starting P11. And to make things even more difficult, he had big challenges in front, Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. So, chances to win were already pretty slim. Alonso easily could have made the case that he cannot win the race. So, what did Alonso do? He didn't give up. He pulled off a great start and started making crazy overtakes. Alonso got up to P2, and just like his race position, his chances of winning also got higher. But those chances became even better when this happened. Now, even though that happened and Alonso's chances were getting better and better, let me tell you, he still had a big problem: Lewis Hamilton. So, Alonso couldn't take the win just yet. He still had to fight for it. But then, literally in the next few laps, everything changed. But let Hamilton and Alonso get those few laps in, and we'll come back to them. But first, check this out. When this rider's bike broke down in the middle of the track, an incredible thing happened. But what was also beautiful was what happened here in Indianapolis. I believe this is one of the most memorable moments in racing history. Danny Sullivan was the quickest on track. He did everything correctly, so clearly he was expected to win. But just when he was about to overtake for the lead, he literally spun at full speed. But somehow, he still controlled the car and kept it out of the walls. This control gave him another shot about 20 laps later. And yes, this time he overtook successfully and won the race. This went down in history as the spin and win. But now, here's what happened to Alonso in his home Grand Prix. Since Alonso was leading at that point, Hamilton couldn't afford to lose any more time, and certainly any more track position. But when Pastor Maldonado tried to overtake Hamilton, all of a sudden, everything changed. So, with Hamilton and Vettel out of that race, Alonso finally got his chance. He really needed this win, especially with all that happened to him in the past couple years. In the previous year, Alonso lost his home Grand Prix, even though he made a brilliant start and went from P4 to P1. But he still lost due to lack of pace. He even lost the World Championship in the last race. He fought really hard the entire year, but in that last race, he still lost by just 4 points, and again it was due to lack of pace. So, Alonso's been through a lot. He needed that home race win. And so, after 57 laps of beautiful racing, after all the heartbreaks he went through, now that's what I call a beautiful moment. But now that we've reached the top 3 moments of this video, things are gonna go to a whole new level. And at number 3, this guy experienced a beautiful moment. When Sebastian Vettel decided to retire, at first it was a shock. The 4-time champ, a legend, seeing someone like him retire, it's tough. But F1 did send him in a beautiful manner. At Seb's last race, they did a track run with all the team drivers, staff, and all other people of F1 as well. But that's not all. After that, things got even more heartwarming. 'Cause before the race began, this happened. All drivers honored him together, just the way it should be. It was also later revealed that Fernando Alonso, arguably his biggest competitor in F1, didn't attack him at the race start, so that he can enjoy his last race. I didn't want to attack Seb, I just wanted to do a few laps behind him and enjoy. Now that's how you send off a legend. Brilliant. But so was this. Dale Earnhardt, one of the greatest, if not the greatest NASCAR driver of all time, had won it all. The 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion had almost all the wins under his belt. But there was one race that was missing, the iconic Daytona 500. It's every NASCAR driver's dream to win there, and so it was for Earnhardt. The Intimidator had already tried several times. Sadly, no race win. But that changed. 'Cause after 20 years of trying, Dale Earnhardt took the win in 1998. This win was so special that literally, this shows how much it meant to everyone. Incredible. But now, out of all the things shown in this video, here's the most beautiful moment. When Eric Comas was racing through the Blanchimont corner, unfortunately, he collided. The collision was so brutal that Comas even lost consciousness. But while he was unconscious, his foot was still pressing hard on the throttle. Things were pretty bad. You can see how serious that situation was, and any second, it could have gone from bad to an absolute disaster. But that didn't happen. In fact, nothing happened to the driver, so much so that he even raced at the next Grand Prix. And it was all because of a savior, the one who goes by the name Ayrton Senna. Senna literally stopped in the middle of the road, jumped out and ran towards Comas. He even administered first aid before the medical team arrived. Comas always thanked Senna for saving his life. He always owed it to him. In fact, when Senna had his collision in '94, the race was red flagged immediately. But Comas jumped back again into his car and rushed to the scene for Senna. He wanted to try to help in any way possible. But, of course, unfortunately, it was too late. When I came up to Tamburello, the medical helicopter, the ambulances, Ayrton's car were already there. I saw Ayrton was already put on a stretcher, so I stopped my car. As I arrived, I understood that there was a message, that Ayrton was a man who sort of radiated, and there it felt like an atomic bomb just exploded at Tamburello. A sort of paralysis came over me because I was standing next to a man who 2 years earlier had saved my life, and I couldn't do anything to help him. That felt horrible. I wish Senna was here with us today. The man of immense talents and a big heart, who always went above and beyond to help others. Obrigado, Senna, and rest in peace.